Greetings.
All right, who's got a cold open for this week? Actually, it's
Ukraine.
Ian's birth. Ukraine, that's it.
Ukraine.
All right, that's the end of the cold open. Yeah. Happy birthday, Ian, on the Real Talk.
Happy birthday to our first guest,
Mm-hmm.
Ian McMahon-Tits.
You don't look a day over 13, just like I like you.
Really true.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to No, That's Gay.
But
And
this
we're
week,
joined
is
by
it gay?
two of our gayest homies,
Probably.
Cheers to that.
Ian
Definitely.
and Johnny.
Cheers.
I'm joined with Johnny on my screen. We are in Johnny's house, and these are the boys.
Damn,
Boys
dude, I didn't write any ideas down.
Eventually, we'll have like 10 guys all on the pod at once.
Yeah, I can't wait to get all of the grouping on this shit, dude.
Yeah, don't worry, it gets worse. Yeah, we can make it worse.
This podcast
only
only
the
goes
beginning.
downhill from here.
I have a question to get us rolling.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of life? Go, Ian.
Jesse's talking so slow that I'm like, you better speed this up.
Shut the fuck up, Scott. You're the slowest one.
Everyone has to talk like 1.5 times faster than they usually do, so
edit
that
the
we can
video,
all talk.
and I have to edit the space between your words every single time. Every single time.
What?
I'm kidding. But yeah, Ian, go tell us. You're muted, by the way.
What am I telling you?
The meaning of life.
Oh shit.
What kind of
I don't know.
revelation have you come across on your 27th birthday?
Oh man, I woke up this morning and I knew it all. Right, I woke up with a sense of
Fighting sucks.
enlightenment that I never had before. It was crazy.
Which
All right, enough of the
Which is?
bullshit. What are your birthday plans? You doing anything? I think I'm gonna grab some drinks with some soccer homies later
Oh,
tonight.
oh,
Nice. And then
Soccer
for those
homies.
of you who know Leo, he's coming down this weekend, and we're gonna get into it a little bit. Oh yeah, you're gonna chug some liquor and do a hike and throw up at the top? No, that's not on the cards. But we are going golfing, so okay, that's decent. Maybe he'll puke on the 18th green or something like that. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he sent me the funniest text the other day. He got a new job, and he keeps on telling me like about all his cool friends that he's making that I'm gonna like. But he's like, oh, dude, I met some really cool white guys that you're really going to get along with. Hell yeah! And I'm just like, he keeps on bringing up that he's like, I met some really cool like chill white dudes, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm sure they're cool. Yeah. And then he told me he sent me this long text message where he's like, oh yeah, I went to a bar in Santa Monica with my cool white friends from work, and I ran into Sam Smith there, and we like locked eyes, and then I turned away because I learned that I remembered that he was gay.
Dude, that guy is our pod.
You literally know that's gay just from Sam Smith.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, Sam Smith has the type of power that, like, if you're not gay, he might turn you gay.
Yeah, he has that juice, honestly.
It's like Medusa's look, you know. You gotta avoid that glare.
Right. I do like that your roommate is like, Ian's such a white dude. He would love these other white dudes. Ian's so white. There's no way I can introduce him to anyone of color.
Wait, it's not his roommate. You met Leo.
Oh, sorry, not his roommate. I meant, Ian's friend.
Yeah.
So the meaning of life is hanging with white people.
No.
Got it.
And Leo.
That's what we took out of it. That's the message I'm getting from Leo, and it's his birthday today too. So
Is it
Really?
real? Oh, you guys are the same. I
Oh.
forgot you guys are like twins.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Right.
That's so tight.
Are you the same age too?
yeah,
Damn.
Damn.
But
Happy
I
birthday,
crazy.
Leo.
we still haven't figured out who was
The,
like born
the
earlier.
only dude that will catcall women without remorse that I know. The only person, man. Hell yeah.
Leo?
He was pretty good at that.
Leo's so
Fuck
good
yeah.
at it, dude.
Leo had me thinking we were all gonna get pussy that night, and I was like, when I think back at it, I was
Yeah.
like, no fucking way.
Leo made me forget I live in a misogynistic society. I was like, that's cool. I'll do that too. What's up, bitch?
What type of like things do people say when they catcall? Like, I don't even know. They just meow at people.
You don't know what catcall what it's like?
Damn, girl, you take shits with that ass?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
That is a
That's a
good
solid one.
one. Johnny's got it. Johnny, tell us the meaning of life.
Ass.
That's right.
Booty.
Just
I like
ass.
it.
Agreed.
Have any of you guys ever been catcalled?
I've been with female friends while they catcalled men.
Ah.
You know
What do they say? What do they,
It's like they're trying to reclaim it, though. You know?
I like that vibe, honestly. Men deserve
oh,
more
yeah.
compliments, to be honest.
yeah.
Men deserve more compliments.
I think the problem with it, or I don't know if it's a problem, but if you're a girl catcalling a guy, the guy's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you like this?"
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
And I don't think they want that.
Yeah,
They
you
wanna,
gotta
like-
you gotta be aware of your surroundings. You know, you got most of the time it happens in a drive-by. 2 instances that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
It's always a quick getaway. You can't
Yeah.
linger. You can't linger.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, daddy, I like those feet."
The implication.
I love that, dude. If someone did that to me, holy shit, that make my day.
Yeah, I'm gonna think about using that.
God, you should drive by dudes and then put on your falsetto and say that.
Yeah.
I don't even have. I honestly,
Hey guys.
that's about as
That's
about as
not
high I can
bad.
go.
That's not bad.
Hey,
Dude,
guys.
from what I've learned from VR chat, it's very easy to sound like a girl.
I got a
Just a little bit of practice.
Well, you can pitch your voice up and down, so that's even easier.
That's true.
What's the weird memory, Johnny?
sleepovers back in the day. You guys remember a telephone service called Live Links?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Uh-huh.
Tell us more.
It was like a phone sex hotline. And it was free for women, and you would have to pay if you were a man. So you'd call, and then you just click "I'm a woman," and then we would like pose as women to these men, and we get matched up with men, and then like see how far along we could drag them along. And some of our friends were much better than others,
That's awful.
but it was pretty funny.
Who? I think.
The reveal was always good.
Who?
Jared Pesco
We should
was
give a
very
good
good
review.
at that.
Pesco was really good at it. He had the
Right.
voice.
That's what I was. Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, who was it? Pesco. He had like he could sound like a bitch for real.
For
Really?
real.
I feel like Jared was just very in touch with his sexuality at a young age, and I feel like he could pull that shit off.
Did you see what happened to Jared?
Oh?
Something happened.
He's a cowboy now.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw his Instagram. He's
Yeah,
See,
he's
the
a
cowboy lifestyle hits fast and hard, I think, to people who adopt it,
Can't get
and
away
they
from
don't,
it.
you know, they don't ease into it. It hits very, you know, all at once.
right. When you're white, it's the natural thing to do.
Well, he's like not necessarily white. I mean, he is. He's Jewish. He's got a little brown.
How do you go from wearing G-Shocks to cowboy hats, dude? It's a complete 180.
That is the switch up.
I think he's gonna pull them both off at the same time.
I think they're in the same vein.
Yeah.
Is he like legit a cowboy?
It's like step out of the F-150. You got your
Right.
cowboy hat. You got your G-Shock.
No,
And
he's
you're-
not even aesthetically cowboy. He's like an
and you're
actual
going to see
cowboy.
Brett Paisley, and that's just the
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Is he like lassoing and, you know, mounting horses and, you know, kicking
You know,
open bar doors? What's that? What's
Michael-
the rotating what am
Saloon
I talking
doors.
about? Saloon doors. There it is. Thank you,
That's
Scott.
right. He replaced
What do you mean?
all the doors in his house with saloon doors. That way he can Kramer his way in and go, "Howdy, partner."
Kramer his way in.
I don't know if I've heard Kramer as a verb before, but I like it.
You know, when you kick it.
Can we
Yeah,
go
you
start a company
I mean,
in
a lot of
Texas and New
things.
Mexico? Just a company
Just
that
selling just
renovates
beef
your
saloon
house. Yeah, to just flip everything into saloon doors. Thinking about becoming a cowboy? Give us a call at
Yeah.
1-800. Give me a saloon door.
Right. We'll throw in a spit bucket too.
Ooh,
Real saloon doors.
Real spit bucket.
Real saloon doors.
Fuck, did Ian go? Ian McManus.
Oh no.
We lost him.
damn.
That's one guest down. Who's
Quit
next?
on us.
And, only 5 to go.
And we're back.
You know, if all of you did drop off, I would do my best to solo this bitch just for the love of the game.
Okay, you think you have enough content to carry a 45
No
minute?
way.
You think you'd be the last one, Brandon?
I think
Unlikely.
if Brandon was as
Not
drunk
sure
as he
where
was
it would
last episode, he definitely could do it.
Shoot.
Brandon almost wasn't on this pod because he was afraid about
100%.
Euphoria spoilers.
Because this
Dude,
is
you
basically a
see that-
Euphoria
you see that-
podcast and no one wants to admit it.
You see the tweet I shared about Euphoria being done, dude?
Yeah, I saw. It's for our listeners. It's the scene from Pursuit of Happiness where Will Smith finally gets the job and he's walking down the street and he's so happy he
That's
cries.
See, Scott, you just said that at a snail's pace. I'm gonna have to edit those words closer together, bro.
Sure you did.
Motherfucker.
You're gonna have to go back and speed up Scott's audio.
We got a 1.5 times the amount of heads today. We gotta like pretend we're talking at 2 times the pace, which I
So
listen.
you were
to
speaking
podcasts
just
already.
as slow.
You are not even talking fast.
You were
Yeah.
speaking just as slow, my guy.
Well,
Going back to that Pursuit of Happiness bullshit, 13-year-old me, I think that was like the first movie I cried at. That scene hit me hard. It hit me like a freight train.
It's a good scene.
It was emotional.
It
Good.
was.
I like the topic of crying. When was the last time you cried? Everyone else.
I feel
Me?
like I cry more often than normal people do. I cry like when I watch any anime, dude.
Yeah.
It just happens, man.
This is Dwee continuing to attract K-pop stans.
That's right, baby.
I cry so
And
much, and I
it's
love
I listen
anime.
to Dynamite by BTS. I start tearing up, man.
It's also me segueing to the fact that BK still has not watched the second season of Demon Slayer. This piece of
Yeah, we
shit.
touched
Is this
on that
true?
every
Is it
single
true?
time.
Is it true, BK? You find the time yet?
It's in the queue. There's a lot of good content.
He's
out
never
right
gonna
now.
hit it on cue. It's gonna like keep on getting pushed down. He's gonna watch other gay shit before Demon Slayer.
I only got one. It's literally the only queue I have in my Hulu. I don't use Hulu like ever. It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
just emotional anime scenes and movies get me real quick. If it's like about family, that shit gets me, man.
I
like
think a
Fast
lot
and
of people
Furious.
it's easier for them to cry watching a movie than like being in a sad situation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
did
it's
you
not-
just say you cried to Fast and Furious?
Oh, I missed that.
No,
You said
someone said
I heard Fast and
family.
Furious.
So if
family.
you're watching a scene about
Alright.
family, like in
I think
Fast
you're
and
just
Furious.
I think in your head, family tied to Vin Diesel, tied to Fast and Furious. That's a logical.
Familia.
It's a logical chain of thought.
Yeah.
When he said family, dude, I just
Immediately Vin Diesel, of course, anyone would do it.
We bring up Vin Diesel like a majority of these podcasts.
he's
He's a fan of the pod.
who needs to be on the pod.
He's a friend of the pod.
I'm ready. Ready to
You
talk
know,
about nutting
he has
his
reached
movie
out
scene.
to us. He has reached out to us, and we're just trying to get our schedules aligned. So it is coming.
I'm a busy man.
But yeah. You
What?
know.
Okay.
What?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question for our guests. As guests and as listeners, who would you be your ideal guest for us to have on the pod?
Margaret Thatcher, probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her corpse, or like we reanimate her?
right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to exhume her first, but
Okay.
I just think I have a lot of pertinent questions to ask.
Yeah, I bet she'd have some hot takes about the current events of the
Yeah,
world.
like what she thinks about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that.
Has she watched Euphoria? You know.
Is she up to date on like trans
Yeah.
rights and all that stuff. You know, it's what we want to know.
Eternals. Has she seen that movie yet? Like, what's up with that?
Margaret Thatcher is actually J.K. Rowling.
Is she a turd?
Yeah, she's hiding it.
Yo, that's crazy.
I would love to
dude.
have JK on the pod. That would be great.
Yeah.
And
Really
just
cool.
like have her
No,
defend
you
the
might
latest
actually
Harry
know
Potter
too.
movie.
He would.
The goal should be to trip someone up into saying, no, that's gay.
Yeah.
And then air horns just go off.
Yeah.
Fucking
sure.
Then
Oh, we did it.
we
Ian.
kick him off. We're like, all right,
Ian,
that's enough.
Ian, who would you have on the pod?
I need a noise board.
Maybe like Dua Lipa. So I
That'd
can
be
just
tight.
Ooh.
I would love that. I would
Had that
love
on
that.
Firefly.
I
get
like that
her
a
in
lot,
there
yeah.
for my boys. You
That'd
know,
be so tight. Yeah, of course, dude, for the boys.
We'll put in
Dude,
a good word for
Like
it.
how she does.
I saw a tweet recently where someone was talking about AOC and then he posted a picture of Dua Lipa instead. And someone's like, "Oh, that's Dua Lipa." I was like, "Oh shit, that is Dua Lipa."
I wonder if like one of their friends fuck with them and they're like, "Who's AOC?" And then they showed him a picture of
I also saw I
Have
don't
the
know
same
if it was
face.
recent,
Yeah.
but a while back, Miley Cyrus, like, I don't know, tweeted or Instagrammed at Dua Lipa, was like, "Hey, do you still have a boyfriend?" And she's like, "Yeah." And it's like, and Miley Cyrus said, "Congratulations." And then in a separate tweet, she's like, "I hope her boyfriend dies."
What?
And then Dua Lipa was like, "Wait, what?"
Pause.
Dude, that's so funny, man. That's
I mean,
so
I hope her boyfriend dies, so I can be her boyfriend.
no, true
True.
and factual.
Actually, though.
Yeah,
Just-
Because
wait, whose boyfriend died?
no, her boyfriend didn't die, but Miley Cyrus wrote, "I hope her boyfriend dies." I don't know why. It's just very funny.
This is true.
This is true.
She had no response tweet as to her explanation to it, or is it just because
No, that's
you want
it.
to
I don't
fuck
know.
scissor Dua Lipa?
I don't know.
Probably that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, probably. That'd be kind of hot. I'd watch that. I'd sit on the sidelines like the last time I was almost in a threesome and just watch people fucking.
Ooh, tell that story. That's a good
That's
pod
such a
content.
good story, dude. It's so funny, man.
I think you can just talk about it, not tell the story.
Just
Speed
saw
it up
random-
when you're talking. Don't do it.
random
Do it like
out in
two
the
pointers.
neighborhood, Philadelphia party neighborhood. I was in my raver days. I wasn't working and just partying every night I could. Random Wednesday night, I'm smoking cigarettes outside of Woody's. It was actually the one right across. Damn, I'm blanking on the name. Doesn't really matter. People are just hanging out outside, and this one dude's just super friendly. Introduced me to a girl named Itchy Kisses, who's a punk, like independent up and coming artist, and was trying to with her and invited me along, but she ended up not going to the house that was around the corner. Her house, she's like this 40-plus-year-old woman. She already had like a few people at the club over there just chilling already, so she's like the after party spot, and she goes by the name of Miss Philadelphia Leather Queen or something on Instagram. So goes without saying, she was just down for kinky shit, smoking and offering us expensive tequila, and shit just happens while after allegedly doing a bunch of that good snow, and I'm there just like, yeah, my little Johnson has that coke dick allegedly. So I'm just sitting there just like cheering the guy on, just like, damn dude, nice cock. You're slamming her. You're absolutely great.
Nice
A plus fucking over here, and they're like looking for the good lube, and I'm just like, dude, this is what I'm here for. I will find that good lube. It was like the black dynamite, and finally found it, and was also
You're like the water boy.
I was the water boy. I actually the lube and water boy, and yeah,
That's an important role.
it was. And I spilt the water on the way back like twice. That got me even.
Because every
saltier.
time I
think
am
my-
fucking, I'm kind of like, I wish there's a guy on the side here, you know, like refueling us and
Right.
like getting us supplies. So that is a very crucial role.
Tylenol.
Yeah, the halftime
Cocaine.
fruit break. Yeah, they were like
Orange-
trying
orange
oil out,
slices.
and it was pretty crazy. Live and in action. Yes, I have a pivot. I inputted the transcript of our last podcast into an AI generator,
What does this mean?
and it
Oh.
came up with AI generated "No, that's gay" content. I have paragraphs, but I'll just read the first. So I got the words from everything we spoke last podcast, put it in here. Machines made up another podcast for us.
Wait, did you type it out or did you
No.
find it?
I used a tool. I found a way. There was a lot of mistakes, like when you're talking about like I don't know, just random names and shit. It got so many things wrong, so I deleted all those. But overall, a lot of content. It was like 30,000 characters put into this AI. Got back out. Boom. The Know That's Gay podcast. The true inventors of bromances. These are the guys that break out of their shells, take the lead, and make mistakes. Through the ups and downs, they're all in it together. It's official. They're all idiots. But we don't have to be. Let's get real with ourselves and admit that there are some things we just don't understand. And while a lot of those things are incredibly stupid, they're not our fault. You can't be expected to know everything. It's totally okay to be uninformed.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like a lot of interesting words that equate to nothing.
The problem is when you try to share something, but it turns out that the thing you're sharing is not actually a thing at all, or worse, that it's a thing that everyone knows about but you. Here's an example. The other day I was at work. I saw this really funny YouTube of a dog on my Facebook feed, and it was a video of a dog who had only been walking for about 4 years, trying to walk on ice for the first time, but he kept on falling down. Of course, I laughed so hard, but then shared it with another coworker who was like, "Yeah, that video has like 700 million views on YouTube." What? What was I supposed to know that? Sure, I could have done the research, but I'm lazy. I'm too busy doing important work like laughing at memes and trying to figure out if my outfit looks gay.
I
And then I have a bunch of facts. I'm gonna pepper in these facts. You'll think it's me, but it's actually AI Jesse coming up with these facts. You'll never know. You'll never know for the rest of the pod.
That seemed kind of like what's that sketch show? What's with the guy who was on SNL? I Think You Should Leave.
Mhm.
That sounded like an I Think You Should Leave sketch at some points.
Damn, we're
like
finding out shared audiences of our pod who we're targeting to. We're targeting I Think You Should Leave fan. Yo, Tim Robinson, come on the pod. Come on
Yeah,
the pod.
Tim. Sorry I forgot your name, but you're funny.
Fuck you. Matt. You said that way too slow again.
Part of
Johnny Cole.
part of that, like, kind of sound like was all a lot of words going nowhere. Like it literally sounded like
Yeah.
a political speech.
Which is what most
Sounds like
podcasts are.
Sounds like
speech.
Kamala Harris up there
Yeah.
saying a whole lot of nothing.
Hey, watch your mouth when you talk about our future president.
Soon.
What are you implying, Scott? That Joe Biden's gonna get? You implying an assassination on Joey B?
I don't know what you're talking about, and everything I say is alleged, and it's not factual. And I don't do drugs, and I've never been arrested.
Scott, I didn't come up with that question. It was the AI who asked that.
Mm.
That
Is that what you're going to say this whole
video-
podcast?
What,
video
Ian?
that video that it described of the dog that hadn't walked in 4 years, and then the first time it tried was on ice. 7 million people watched it, and it was your favorite video. That's cruel, man.
Yeah.
That's a cruel notion.
And it doesn't explain why it hasn't walked in 4 years. It's like, what kind of dog is this? What's going on?
It knows.
I
because
find it like very realistic that like that some of that banter that like Ian just mentioned, like some of us bringing up like, yo, I just saw this cool thing or something, and then someone else just like shooting it down. That just feels very on point for no, bro, I saw that. That ain't shit.
We've all been there.
For sure.
The machines know.
It's all like plausible shit. Like it sounds like if you're just listening to it in your periphery, but as soon as you start to think about it, it's all like doesn't make any sense. None of it. Yeah, it didn't mean anything.
It's probably what
the
the
thing-
actual transcript looks like too.
It looked crazy when I read the transcript of our last video. I was just like, yo, we talked about all this. Like, how have we done that? But then again, this is our 11th episode and 10 episodes deep of some amateur podcasters of recording our conversations for the first time. Yeah, we talk about some dumb shit like dogs falling on ice and the BMX Pain Olympics.
This is nice because this is like our 10-hour anniversary, I guess. So this is a special episode.
No, we're on
Two
episode 11.
guests. Oh, so it's the 11th.
Yeah.
It's the 11th hour.
Yeah.
The 11th hour.
Sick.
Nice dead
You
space.
You know, you would think with 6 people there'd be less dead air.
It's even worse.
I think it's hard to
we,
I'm like
we and I did.
not
Yeah.
knowing when another person's gonna talk because we always run into that problem anyway.
That's
Just
true.
like not being all together, not reading the vibes of when someone's about to speak up because 3 of you are lagging, and that is just a problem with technology and your
you.
shitty videos.
Fuck you.
Am I
bitch.
one of the 3?
You are one of the 3.
Oh god. Oh god. He's gonna
I
call
blame-
me
I
out
blame
next.
service
He's gonna
providers.
call me out next. Oh,
One of my goals for being 27 was to never lag again. I'm already fucking failing.
Early failure.
There's always 28.
28's your year of no lag. What are your predictions for this year? Are we gonna enter World War III?
We're not gonna fight. That's for you.
Who cares about Ukraine? The real question is Arsenal going to finish in the top 4? That's what we all want to know.
That is the one thing on my mind
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out real quick with that.
since January.
I'm optimistic.
Where's Arsenal sit right now?
5th.
What are they? No.
They're 5th. They're 2 games. They got 2 games in hand behind Manchester United, who's 6th or 4th.
How many more weeks is the season?
I don't
What
know.
is there, like 15 more games or something like that? I forget.
Seems like a lot, but maybe, yeah. May
I
is when
remember
it's
you guys
over.
talked about this one Arsenal fan YouTube video series of this dude like interviewing Arsenal fans after the games. I forget what it was called.
AFTV or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was way ahead of its time. I think a lot of videos nowadays are just like in public and people just like going crazy after like just things are just like on the streets interviews of just interviewing random people in crazy situations. I just immediately think of
format.
Channel 5 and the Bing Bong people. What's that called?
Side talk.
Side talk? Or not side talk? What talk?
Yeah, you got it. Side talk.
It is side talk.
Mhm.
I was thinking
Why-
of this man and got it confused. Why what?
Where's Dwee? Like, why are we not seeing him? Did he say he's
He
going
went
to
to
go
go take a tinkle. He went to
take
go
a
tinkle.
tinkle? He
Did
thought we
Side
could.
Talk copy Channel 5? Is there like beef between them?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just a format. It's hard to say they copied a format of just talking to people in the street.
I suppose.
Who's like Billy Eichner or whatever his name is? He's been doing that for a long time. So you could say they copied him.
Well, that's true, but actually, that's a very good show. But his show is unique in a way that, like, he was kind of like people were like walking on their daily commute or something in NYC, and you would like catch them off guard, and they would have to like say something like very like last second,
Yeah.
and then Channel 5 is just interviewing like ridiculous people.
I haven't
gets-
watched a Channel 5 video in a while. Have there been any good ones recently?
He's had Chet Hanks as like a reoccurring. What do you got? Like who are those two twins?
I saw a clip of
Uh,
him with the 2 twins, the
Yeah.
Wangster twins.
Is there a new host
Yeah.
for Channel Five now, or I mean of All Gas No Breaks.
Yeah. He has
Saddam?
Yeah, Saddam. He
Ooh.
helps out with interviews and stuff. I think he was at the Complex Con, and also the latest video, the Super Bowl, which was pretty good. Not his best video, but it's still like crazy fans. That's what made me think of comparing it to that Arsenal show. Was literally that video of like, damn, they're ahead of their time.
Arsenal is sitting 6th, by the way.
Oh.
Behind the Hammers now.
West Ham, they topped ahead.
On goal
with
differential.
with games in hand though.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Okay, copium.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that Tottenham beat Manchester City and then they lost to fucking, was it Burnley?
That's the Spurs, baby.
Dude,
That's
they-
the
Some
Spurs.
Spurs ass shit.
Highest
right
highs. That's what we chase for.
Did you see they got knocked out of the FA Cup by Middlesbrough today?
there. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Middlesbrough.
Lowest lows.
Wow. They're tough. I mean, they're middle of England, tough boys, tough lads. It's a
They get
shame.
raised just
Bale
to
still on
fucking-
Spurs, or is he gonna go somewhere?
Who?
Bale.
No. Well, I don't know.
He's
He's getting up there. He's probably early 30s, right?
I don't even know
Let's
what
see.
his situation is. Did he go back to Real yet?
Is he
He's
not playing?
32 years old.
He was on loan at Tottenham, but I don't think he's been playing for Real.
Dude, I bet he fucking retired. He's out of here.
Current team says Real Madrid, so
Oh.
He's probably just playing golf. That's what he likes.
Living the life.
Mm-hmm. Beezy, we should go play some golf, dude. Once it gets
I'm
warmer.
down. I'm down. I've been playing more Top Golf lately than I have like been on an actual golf course. So
I've never
feeling
actually-
for it.
I've never actually gone to Top Golf.
I was at a buddy's bachelor party a couple weeks ago, and we went to Top Golf, and it was like 30 fucking degrees out. So I'm trying to do it in like 3 layers of clothing, and it was really tough. But it's fun. It's good. Food's good.
Get some top golf chicken fingers in your belly.
No, dude, you gotta get the macaroni bites. That's what it is. That's where it's at.
Macaroni in a pot. That's
I'm
That's where they get
reading
you.
some of this AI stuff, and none of them would flow naturally into the way we talk to each other. They're all just like random facts about like where the word dyke came from. Gays admitting they've been in at least one threesome. What city was the first to legalize gay marriage? Which was Amsterdam.
Oh, nice.
Fun facts.
Hmm.
Fun facts. But then it ends with a paragraph about us. What is our ideal Friday night? And personally, it's a group of friends playing Dungeons and Dragons. And then it goes into a situation of who my Dungeons and Dragons character would be. But it's completely just like of a dude from Lancaster and just like lame, just like a small town dude.
It sounds like they're from Lancaster. Like it used the.
I read it wrong. It's actually South Dakota.
Oh,
But
okay.
I remembered it being Lancaster. But South Dakota, Lancaster.
Paladin from South Dakota.
Yeah. Getting some crazy shit.
Sure.
You guys watching Dungeons and Dragons content? I saw one that's like Critical Role, and they made a show, an animated series that got released pretty recently. It's called Vox Machina.
Yeah.
And they all are voice actors, so they're all really good at like voicing characters too on animated series. Like, I think it was animated by the same people that made Avatar: The Last Airbender. So just like people made this like Dungeons and Dragons
That's high
campaign.
praise.
You've heard of Vox Machina?
Yeah.
I highly recommend it at Amazon TV.
Critical
What else do you recommend? What shows are you watching, Johnny? We need to have the guests talk about
I
what
watched
day
a
it's
crazy
about.
movie recently.
crazy movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude,
we
son.
love a movie
Yeah, we love movie
section.
You guys ever heard of the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension?
No, but I love it already.
God, you had me at the name.
I love it. I love it. You guys are gonna love this fucking movie. I swear. I'm gonna spoil a little bit of it here, but
Go ahead.
You spoil plenty.
do
You
it.
said we have a titled episode called Spoilers.
Excellent. It opens with like an almost Star Wars style scroll, and it establishes a lot about the titular character Buckaroo Banzai. Right?
Titular.
He is like a scientist, a brain surgeon, a rock star. He like kind of like leads this like kind of international gang of badasses. What else does he fucking do? And he just got like a hypersonic car or some shit like that. And in like the first scene in the movie,
Is this like animated?
No, it came out in the 80s. It's a very 80s movie, and I think it's
Oh
like
hell yeah!
it's almost like a parody of kitschy sci-fi 80s movies. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
it like kind of knows what it is, but it's got Jeff Goldblum in it. John Lithgow.
Legend.
Um,
Legends, both legends.
I think it's Peter something. I forget the main actor's name, but he's also played a RoboCop.
Ooh, Christopher Lloyd's in this too.
Yes.
Ooh.
What? I need.
This
Looks
movie is
interesting.
fucking solid, dude. And it's like so like wacky. We were just talking like me, Cyrus, and Nate watched it, right? My roommates. And we were just talking about how like random parts of the movie are. And then as Nate was saying that, Jeff Goldblum is like clearing a room of aliens and he walks through and he just goes, "Why is there a watermelon there?" And there was a watermelon sitting on the shelf, and then they just continued through the room and just wasn't addressed. It was just like a throwaway line. There's so many just really good throwaway lines like
You know what that reminds me of?
It's
It
so
reminds
good.
me of when we saw Glass Animals and Ian shouts from the we were like 2 rows behind or some pretty close to the front, and there's a pineapple up there, and Ian asks, "What's up with the pineapple?" And they answered. What did they say, Ian?
I think the guy just said because I like pineapples.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you heard
yeah.
it here first. Some
Yeah.
Yeah,
never
glass
before
animal stands.
heard Glass
Now you know.
Animals.
but
It would have been
Choice of
funny if
food.
he just like picked up the pineapple and chucked it at my face.
Mm. I wish.
So I can fucking nail a dweeb like you with it.
anyway,
That would cause a ruckus.
I'm gonna hammer it home. Buckaroo Banzai. Watch that shit. Talk about it on the pod next week.
Oh,
I just-
Bonsai.
I just Googled it, and I looked at the Wikipedia, and I knew the name sounded familiar, and it's referenced in Ready Player One, that movie, and the book.
really?
It's like
Dude, it's
the
got
main-
Clancy Brown in it, the dude from Highlander.
Oh,
The
it's
bad
like the
guy
main
from
character.
Highlander.
It's like
It's
the main
like-
character's favorite movie in the book. So
The outro scene, like the credits after credit scene, is one of the most insane things. Like, it's like the whole cast like struts like into like kind of like the what is it, like the LA River kind of like basin kind of thing. I don't think it's actually the LA River, but it's something like that. And they like do this crazy video montage where everybody like struts in and then like lines up and they're all like walking together and there's all this like crazy music. And then they like
Little dance number?
infamously teased a sequel that never happened. It was, like,
Well, they got to set it up.
Buckaroo Banzai 2, and it's just there was no plan for Buckaroo Banzai 2.
Oh no!
Then it just became a cult
Never gets
classic.
around. Yeah.
Dude, this looks like a stacked cast. And just Googling images, everyone is dressed kind of like normally, except Jeff Goldblum, who's in a fucking cowboy costume.
Yes. He like dresses up as a cowboy for some reason.
I love that.
A character actually like clowns him for it a little bit. He just like looks him up and down, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Did you forget your Spurs?" What was that?
Is that what you're gonna tell Jared Pesco next time you see him?
Probably.
Yes, Ian. Yes. Wow, we've gone full circle. We go anywhere from here. You guys want to hear
Speaking
that?
of movie updates, I did watch The King's Man this weekend. Can confirm I agree with all of you. It is a good movie. I'm glad I watched
Dude,
it.
that shit sucked. I was
Whoa!
I was
Ooh.
not
What do
happy
you mean,
Yeah.
dude?
at
Controversy.
all. It was
You didn't
terrible,
like it?
man. No.
Is that the new
It
one?
was like
I mean, like
I loved it.
what
I liked
didn't you
it a
like
lot.
about the movie? It's
It
not a
was
great
cheesy
movie,
as
but it's
hell.
still it's still entertaining.
Easy, no doubt.
You gotta
the
give it
action
entertaining.
sequences weren't that great.
Not that great Rasputin fight? Are you fucking kidding me? You
Can you
fucking
choreograph a better fight scene than that?
yeah,
Ian?
come on, Ian. What do
sorry.
you like, huh? Piece of shit.
I want some. I don't know. It was just
All right, it was pretty-
What is
a
your
Marvel
Ian? What
movie or
is your
something.
ideal fight scene? What is your ideal fight scene? What's a good fight
Um,
scene?
Shit, you're putting me on
Yeah,
the
like,
Long
spot.
what's your
shot.
favorite fight scene?
Long shots.
Also, you said it's like a Marvel movie. That was the furthest thing from a Marvel movie fight scene, dude. That was
Well, it was
like
like
amazingly choreographed, and
well,
there's like
I'm saying like the movements that like they were making like weren't like a normal human being, and I couldn't tell if it was like supposed to be like a superhero movie or if it was like a spy espionage movie. I don't know. There was just like too many things going on, and I couldn't
yeah, blurred
like get the
genres, dude.
narrative.
It
I
blurs
know, but it was
genres.
like, and then it would be like touching and like sad, and then it would be like over the top war movie, and I just I couldn't figure out what the tone was, and I wasn't about it. Sorry.
I
Sorry.
specifically thought of that scene when you were talking about how it just goes crazy in different genres. Was that one when they went war? And I don't know. I think it just the wild ride of it going in all these different directions is what makes it entertaining, and that's what
Yeah.
I was going into the movie like.
It sounds like what you didn't like about it. It was like tonally indecisive.
Yeah,
That's what I did like about it. It like kept you on edge. And going from like the campy like Rasputin fight scene to when the kid gets in the war and there's that super gritty like knife fight in like No Man's Land that just had you
That
like,
knife fight was so sick. Ian, you can't tell
oh
me you
my
didn't like that
goodness,
fight.
that was
I don't
wild.
know.
Don't shrug
Those-
at me. Come on, dude. The part where they go and they know that any amount of firing is gonna get them killed, so they all go in with these different weapons, which was over the top, you know, but over the top in a good way.
Pretty Marvel true.
It was so good, dude.
I know, but it's like, oh, this is like a realistic, gritty action movie, and then this guy puts on like.
I don't think it's realistic at all.
I think
that's-
I think
like,
no,
they're
I
trying to,
think
like-
the tonal shift during the trench warfare scene was a little bit too heavy, but that one scene felt more in line with the rest of the movie, though. You know what I mean? I think the pacing was bad. You can give it that, but individual scenes as a whole were pretty good. I think if you took if you took the trench warfare part into its separate movie, I thought that would have been a good movie. But it just felt jarring in place of right after Rasputin and shit like that. But it's not like it's bad. It's just bad placing.
It's like I don't know. It was like it was like super flashy, cool, I guess. Sure, but I don't know.
I mean,
I guess it didn't have a
just
lot of
like-
substance. It didn't have a lot of substance. You're
Yeah,
right.
the climax was definitely the kid dying, and then it just like who cared about
It kind of
anything?
down. It kind of
That's where I
down. It was
no idea what
like
happened
it has
after
its
that.
flaws, but I think individual scenes were really good. Like good enough that the movie was fun to watch.
And then in the end, they create the Kingsmen organization, and then that one Scottish guy who got his son killed is like at the table. with
Yeah,
the
like
King
what
of
did he
England.
do?
Like that was stupid.
He's
I'm like,
a
this is
messenger.
some-
Yeah, he's just like
this
a
is
dude
some
that
fucking like
escaped
Scottish
war.
like peasant, and he's like sitting across the table from the King of England. Like, come on, give me a
Right.
break. That's but also like it's I don't know. It's a stupid weird movie.
Right.
So I don't know.
I like that actor though, and I'm excited if they make like a King's Man 2 or something.
Ian just wants to see a movie like Drive with Ryan Gosling where there's no dialogue and it's just brooding and there's just synth wave going on the whole time and it's
That's the
one
last
tone.
movie- That's the last movie I saw. I haven't watched another movie since.
Yeah.
You retired from movie watching after Drive, dude. I've seen all I needed to see.
Yeah.
He just watches Drive over and over again.
He puts on a jacket
Yo,
every
I
night.
watched Drive with my
Like a
family
millionth
one
boy.
time, and I was like, this is the most intense movie. It's so good. And the whole time they're like, what the fuck is this? my dad thought Ryan Gosling was a serial killer. Just the way of him like walking down the aisle in a grocery store, just looking like, just like with the same facial expression, wide eyes. He's like, what's this guy's problem? Didn't get it. Didn't get it.
He's got problems. That's important to the the plot. He's got demons he's dealing with.
Have you guys seen what is it called? The French Express or something? It's the French Dispatch.
Oh, French
Dispatch.
Dispatch. I haven't downloaded. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
on HBO.
I heard it
I
wasn't
was
very
gonna watch
good though, unfortunately.
To Wes Anderson standards, right?
Yeah, to Wes Anderson standards, because it's what is it? What is it called? It's a movie where it's different like skits.
Anthology?
Yeah, anthology. It's an anthology film, so it
Mhm.
doesn't have an overall arcing plot,
Okay.
which is different. And I don't know
I
if I like
didn't
that
know it
from
was
Wes
like that.
Anderson.
Sounds
But
cool.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't judge. Did you?
So
see
what?
it?
It's a bunch of like 20-minute shorts or something.
No, I think they're longer than that. They're more like short movies.
I was
Fuck
hating
that,
on it when
dude.
I first saw the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like,
Damn,
look at
Ian.
all these
Don't be a hater.
cool
Come on, man. It's Wes
actors.
Anderson. How can you hate the man? He's got so much style.
So much style.
Well,
So much style.
what was his
He's a
last movie?
hipster fuck.
Isle
You
of
guys ever
Dogs, right?
No, it's yeah, Isle of Dogs.
Like the Wes Anderson horror movie trailer.
That was a good the SNL skit. That was one of their best skits, man.
Yeah,
That's such a good
That was
skit.
pretty good.
When they lay out all the tools that they have, it's so good. So
I
good.
think that's
man.
when Owen Wilson was hosting too, but Owen Wilson is
Mhm.
like legit in a lot of Wes Anderson movies.
He's in
so
like every
perfect.
single one. Yeah.
Edward Norton was playing Ellen Wilson.
Yeah, it was what Edward Norton, Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So good, dude. The classic, man.
Edward Norton is a great actor. Like, I want to see him in more
Yeah.
movies.
I want to see American History X. I've never seen it.
Same, actually. I've never seen it.
Let's watch it together, Scott.
Yeah, do you want? And we can drink beer and jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, jerk each other off. I'm not
Yeah,
jerking
for
off
sure.
myself.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not going to
of
be in the
course.
same room
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you and grip my own dick. My hand's
Yeah.
going to be on your dick, okay?
Of course. Of course.
I felt like that was implied. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? I'm some weirdo who's gonna jerk off in a room with my friend?
No, I only touch other meat.
UCK?
Fucking weirdo. Yeah, that would be good. I love watching racist skinheads.
Yeah, dude, I want to see someone get curb stomped, which is the only thing I know about that movie.
That's the
And
only thing I know about that movie.
That's the only thing I know about that movie.
That is a gruesome scene, though. I've seen that scene.
All I know is he's like a neo-Nazi type guy. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out about this AI thing from the Golden Kitty Awards, which is Product Hunt, a site that finds new apps and shit. And they released all the coolest new apps in different categories. One was AI. And these apps are just so bizarre. There's one that's the next gen table, and it has different parts of it that do different things, like wirelessly charging your phone in one section, and it can be like super compact and folding and other wild shit. But I bring this thing up because just wondering about what apps do you use on a daily basis that we
Yo, I
might
heard
not
Nokia's making a comeback. Nokia just came out with a phone that has like a
Phones?
removable battery. It's budget, but
know.
at the same time, it has like a micro USB, which is retarded.
Did you see Aziz Ansari's latest stand-up? He went flip phone life.
Yeah, it
Especially on
sucked.
flip phone.
It was very preachy. I didn't like it.
Not a fan. I found it
No,
good.
I was not a fan.
What apps do you use? Our guests.
What apps do I use?
Let's go. Let's take a look
Ian's
at my
muted.
trust
I saw your
phone.
lips moving.
Most of my data is, I think, through Spotify, probably.
Spotify.
Yeah.
That is definitely a daily app for me, but I actually use
Pornhub needs an app, dude. That's what I'm
Grindr.
looking for.
Yeah, Grinder takes up a lot of data from me, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
dicks
sick of
upon dicks
opening up
upon dicks.
Too
Chrome.
many dick pics, man. They just
New
keep sending it to me.
incognito tab. Pornhub just needs a
Yeah.
app.
These dudes have
Download
like really
videos
high quality.
offline.
Bro,
These dudes have really high quality cameras.
You use Pornhub?
Ew.
Yeah, what do you use, Johnny?
I love that.
Are you an X video or RedTube type dude?
That's so base, Brandon.
I feel bad for you, honestly.
I just go to
I mean, for my
meatspin.com.
fetishes,
Yeah.
meatspin.com.
I guess it off every time. Every time.
You got that one bookmark.
Meatpounder.com.
If anyone's never seen meatspin.com and you're listening to this, go
Go ahead. Type it
Search it
in.
right fucking now. Immediately.
Don't even search it. Type in meatspin.com and hit enter.
Yeah.
You know
Right
what?
now.
Lucky for you, Scott, I'm on a laptop right now.
I would show this on
Lucky
my
for me.
elementary school bus.
That's so good.
Terrible.
Stream it, dude. Stream
Do we
it.
ever-
You won't.
Do we ever talk about where? So here's a question for the guests. When was the first time you guys saw porn?
Mm.
What age?
Porn
Let's
or
see.
like a
Just-
naked like
No, porn, like penetration.
Oh, penetration.
Hardcore. Triple X.
It had to be back in the iPhone or iPod Touch days. Was
Mhm.
when you first had like a little screen in front of you, you know?
That was revolutionary for our young minds.
Middle school, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw porn before that.
Yeah,
Did someone
same.
show it to you, or do you find it yourself?
I found a dude who dial up, baby.
Oh,
Dial up,
boy, oh
baby.
boy.
When my family wasn't home and I was in my family computer room.
Wait, didn't one of you guys jerk off with someone else's iPod? Or
Me, dude. That was on the first pod.
That gets me every time. I love that story, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah, Ian, isn't it a great story?
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good. Ian's face.
I'm not
It
gonna
is pretty-
double
it
up
is-
on the story.
Ian took that
hilarious.
iPod into the Genius bar. He's like, "Yo, can you get this cum off this iPod Touch for me, please?"
It's like-
My buddy's like,
There's some battery acid residue.
I mean, Ian wasn't watching porn, so maybe he didn't know what cum was at that point. Maybe he just
That's
like, what's
true.
this sticky liquid?
my
Was
dick
that
just
in,
I
sneezed.
peed white.
Was that in 7th grade? It was that green iPod, right? iPod Touch. I had like the green. case
He
on it.
remembers the color.
Is that the one?
I'm not sure what color it was, but it was. I think it was in middle school. Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the one because I remember I had a green iPod Touch. But anyway.
Important question though, Scott. You don't gotta get into it, but was it at Ian's house or your house?
It was at Ian's house.
Even funnier.
What
Even
an
funnier.
afternoon.
You know,
What an afternoon.
I didn't even know.
you're not the only person who's used my iPod for that purpose either. I remember.
What?
Do you remember Josh Joyce?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Josh, we're like-minded individuals, I guess.
Yeah, not to dox him.
Yo, that's so funny.
Yeah, I
on
remember
pod,
coming over to Ian's house in middle school, and he was like, "Hey, this is the jerk off iPod."
Ian, your iPod was ran through, dude. Your iPod was
Yeah.
ran through.
You had
Holy shit.
a little whore for an iPhone.
Yeah, your iPod
Jeez.
belongs
Why
to
were you so
iPod.
accommodating, Ian? I don't understand.
Yeah,
At this-
right.
At this point, it's like a you problem.
No, both instances were without my approval.
Without your consent? Oh my god.
You were
Ian's
telling
like-
them, "Don't."
Ian's like, "Look at my
jerk
new
off,"
iPod
and
Touch.
they're like, "No."
Look at my new iPod Touch. You look at everything you can do with it. This is how you go to Safari, and you can go on any website you want, but don't do it.
It's like, look at all these cool Coldplay albums I have saved.
Yeah, and Scott's like, hey, can I listen to a Coldplay album like in the bathroom? I just like really want to listen to every tear of waterfall.
That would be
No, it
believable
would've
too.
been-
Here's
would've-
my
it would've
Liz that
been-
Lotto album.
It would have been before that one came out.
Yeah,
it would have been.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That
these
was
movie
yeah,
days.
come on, my bad.
I just want
My
to
bad.
clarify.
Get your dates right.
No, I knew. I just wanted to name drop every tear of waterfall. It's a good song.
Was that the one featuring Rihanna?
I think it was.
No, that was Princess of something.
Oh,
China?
you're right.
Princess
It was Princess of
something like that.
China. That's when they
Well,
went off.
Ian,
the
Ian
deep
would
end.
know. He is the biggest.
That's when they went mad with
Coldplay
power. Coldplay.
That's when they went mad with power. They went off the deep end. They're like, we gotta get it.
Just can imagine Chris Martin
They
just
went full
cackling.
retard.
Yeah.
Like,
You never go
Yeah,
full
after
retard.
Viva La Vida, he was two in his head. He's like, I got the sauce now. I'll make the
Yeah.
most banging album.
no, I mean, who did they do? They did a song with the Chainsmokers, and that's when I was like, what the fuck is
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I think that's when Ian stopped becoming their number one fan.
this? Nah, it was before that.
Like, all right, guys, I
His
can't
little
defend
heart
this
broke.
anymore. I'm
That's-
sorry.
That's when I returned back to their catalog. I
You
was
went
like,
back.
man,
Oh, you're like, oh shit,
this is-
Chainsmokers? Okay.
Shit slaps. Let me.
Are
go
we
back.
chain smoking now?
Oh shit.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Chris Martin would never smoke a cigarette. No.
Coldplay's like still putting out music. I saw like a clip of
Do they
a
really?
music video the
No,
other
no,
day.
no. They said they're done in 5 years, and the world like rejoiced.
We'll rejoice. Damn, dude.
No, they said in 5 years, like they're making music for another like 4 or 5 years, and then they're done.
I think Coldplay has the sauce to pull Joe Rogan off of Spotify.
Yeah, you think?
If Coldplay wanted to Spotify, it's like, I'm taking our music off, or you pull Joe Rogan off. They pull Joe Rogan. Easy. You know how many Coldplay listeners there are?
There's actually a lot though, to be frank and real.
Is there?
Dude, South America, Europe, they fucking love
What is South
Coldplay.
America like?
Only about that specific song, the one with Chainsmokers and Coldplay. I played it in my first DJ set on top of a bus with the fire spinner in the later hour because I played for 2.5 hours, dude. And this one dude was vibing like most of the time because I was playing such different vibes from the other only stage in the middle of this forest at this transformative yoga festival where people were like doing all types of workshops to align their chakras. It was very Burning Man-y type beat, and my shit was just like everything that I had downloaded, which was just recreations of EDC sets. And I played a bunch of those mixed with my own tracks that I selected. Some like more Burning Man-y type like EDM, like that tribal shit. But I played that Coldplay song, a remix of it. Some DJ played it at EDC. I had that remix that they had that a dude recreated on some random subreddit because I didn't have access to the Wi-Fi to stream songs. But I played this song, and this dude from like South America who traveled all the way from South America, he went up to me the morning after, was just like, what was that one song? It was like, and I was like, took a while to identify, but that was the track.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And that man's name, Ian McManus.
Yeah, you know what? You can't
This
see
is
this
so
if you're
sad.
listening, but Ian McManus looks like he's in Paranormal Activity right now.
He does.
Straight out of one of those
Man.
scary movies, like set in Zoom parties these days. Like
Ian, that joke didn't land because your frame rate is so ass.
I appreciate the effort.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was
the
there and he was
effort is
gone,
there.
so it kind of did work.
got
It was
that
like
what?
In a way, yes, it did. In
Yeah.
another sense.
I got
not the way
bit.
he intended.
Also,
it's either that or
the
he's about to
chains.
have. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the Chainsmoker song from Coldplay, 1,700,000,000 plays on Spotify.
You know what I was about to
Whoa.
say? They got billions over.
Holy
God
shit!
damn,
Rogan,
dude.
measly millions, hundreds of millions. They got billions worldwide.
That
dude.
probably made them $17, dude. That probably made them $17.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They deserve more streaming royalties. Spotify, stop listening on Spotify, Johnny.
No,
gotta-
I don't think they deserve it.
No,
Different
You
platforms.
gotta buy the Kanye new.
on Spotify.
What's that thing that Kanye put out?
The
Stem player?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought about
Stem
buying
player.
it. It's $200.
No, shut up, BK. You did not
Direct
think about it.
royalty.
You're capping.
I saw a demo
You're capping.
on YouTube and it looked
Okay.
pretty cool.
You're capping.
Why do you think it's cool, Brandon?
You got to watch the video. You see how it
It
works.
looks very cool. You
I know, but why do you
yeah,
think it's cool? I want to tell you why it's not cool, but tell me why you think it's cool.
just the features, just isolating the different stems, doing Kanye acapella. You don't want to
You
hear
could do that.
Kanye
You
acapella?
could isolate stems with free software.
Yeah, but not the new Donda 2 album.
That you're right, but how much
Yeah.
money is it?
It has stem.
Like $200?
Yeah, $200. But I don't think
$299.
software. It's like having a Bluetooth speaker in your hand and you can do it in real time instead of like downloading an audio file onto a third-party site and doing it. I don't got time for that.
Oh,
Dude.
downloading an
I
audio
gotta
file.
jerk off
Oh
and
my
shit.
god,
I can't do that.
I don't have.
I want to do
50
it on the
seconds.
fly.
Oh shit!
Yeah, exactly.
50 seconds.
Scott.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I'm a busy boy. That's
You
right.
guys listen to Donda too?
Suck my
I
dick.
gave it a
Scott.
few
Dude,
songs to listen.
Buy a stem player, then you can pay.
Yeah, you won't be
$200.
allowed to use it. I'll invite you over and you won't be able to touch it. I'll just use it in front of you.
This is gonna bite me in the ass because I'm actually gonna want to play with it.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna be able to fucking play with it. You know, I took it out of my cart. I'm gonna put it back in. I'm gonna order it, and then I'm gonna invite you over, and then I'm gonna use it in front of you.
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
I would love to watch Brandon waste $200 for this bit.
Yeah, dude, BK, please for the bit,
Do
man.
it
You
for the
got
bit,
it.
bro.
I'll-
You got
if-
it.
One
if I-
time we're
if-
watching American History X, and I'm just playing with the stem player in front of Scott.
BK,
But
buy
you can't
before I
hear.
come
You
visit
can't hear
you,
this
BK.
curb stop.
Is this before or after we jerk each other off?
During.
You need foreplay.
We'll isolate only the male noises. Can you do that with a sound player? Is that possible? I turn on a porn video and I
You can
only isolate-
upload your own track, so I can record Scott and I jerking each other off and just
What if
isolate
we-
Scott climaxing. So that
What if
that's
we
doable.
record the podcast and play it through on a sound player and then record that and that's the pod?
That'd be a good Patreon content.
Ideas. Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
Also, you need to buy it.
Yeah.
That's premium content.
Right.